Holla at your boy, yo. Today's sponsor is Eatabetical, and you can check it out online at eatabetical.wordpress.com. Eatabetical is a blog all about eating in the great city of London. Stephanie is the blogger, and she's going around from restaurant to restaurant in alphabetical order by the cuisine type. So I guess they're starting off with Afghani cuisine, then Burmese, then Chinese. You get the picture. Follow her journey as she follows along the alphabet at eatabetical.wordpress.com. Alrighty, so today we are talking about challah, which is more than just an expression. It is a bread and, to a lot of people, a way of life. Challah is a traditional Jewish bread that is often served on the Sabbath. What makes it kind of unique is that it is a braided bread, so it comes out with this beautiful, lumpy, braidy design. Some cultures don't braid the bread, but the majority of them do. And in addition to braiding the bread, challah often also has a lot of eggs in it, which gives it a nice yellow color. One thing that's a bit unique about challah as opposed to other types of bread is that it usually does not have any dairy in it or meat, meaning that it is parve, which is a classification in Jewish cuisine and kosher cuisine, meaning that it is free of dairy and milk. Now, there are special shapes that this braided bread is kind of molded into depending on the time of year. If they're celebrating Rosh Hashanah, which is the Jewish New Year, it is traditional to curve this bread into a circle to sort of represent the never-ending circle of life. After the holiday of Passover, there's the first Shabbat, and during that they'll often bake a challah bread that is either in the form of a key or they'll put a key inside of it. This is considered a prayer to God to open up the gates of livelihood. Today, you're going to find that challah is becoming increasingly popular, especially at brunch places that are not necessarily Jewish, but just love this nice, spongy, dense bread. So today we're going to go through the process of making some challah from scratch. It's not very hard, but it takes some patience. In a large bowl, dissolve 1.5 tablespoons of dry active yeast with 1 tablespoon of sugar and 1 3/4 cup of lukewarm water. Don't make your water too hot. Let this rest for about 4 to 5 minutes or until it starts to foam up. Then whisk 1/2 cup of olive oil and 4 eggs. Then add 1/2 cup of sugar and 1 tablespoon of salt. Mix this all together. Now gradually add about 8 cups of all-purpose flour. Mix this together, and when the dough starts to hold together, it's ready for kneading. Put the dough hook attachment on your stand mixer and put it onto kneading mode. You'll knead it until it pulls away from the bowl and it's elastic. Now turn the dough out onto a floured surface and knead it some more until it's nice and smooth and elasticy. Then put some oil inside of your bowl and return your dough to the bowl covered and let it rise for about an hour in a warm place. Once it rises, you're going to punch down the dough, then let it rise again. Then you're going to punch down the dough and let it rise again. So it's a total of 3 times. You're going to let it rise for about 1 hour between each beating session. Now cut the dough in half and then cut each half into 6 pieces, which you're going to roll into 6 balls. And then from 6 balls, you'll roll into 6 strands that are each about 12 inches long. Place the 6 pieces of dough in a row, parallel to one another, and pinch them all together at the top. Now comes the complicated braiding portion of the show. Move the outside right strand over 2 strands, then take the second strand from the left and move it to the far right. Take the outside left strand and move it over 2, then the second strand from the right over to the far left. Then just continue this pattern until it's all braided. Tuck in the ends. Then you'll repeat this for your other set of dough, then beat an egg that you're going to use for an egg wash and brush it all over the dough. Let it rise for 1 more hour. Preheat your oven to 375, brush your loaves with 1 more coating of egg wash, and pop it into the oven. You're going to cook them for about 30 to 40 minutes or until they're golden brown and are about 190 degrees inside. Then just take it out of the oven, let it rest, then cut it in half, serve, and enjoy. You can put some eggs on this, you can put some schmaltz, butter is really great, make French toast out of it. Treat it like you would treat bread, because it's bread, but it's really good bread. Tune in tomorrow for another What's This Food? Check out our sponsor, eatabetical.wordpress.com. And if you have something you want me to cover, post it in the comments below, Or if you make one of our recipes, upload a photo to our Facebook page by going to danieldelaney.com/Facebook. I will see you there.